Oh, shit. Hey, what's going on, you guys? So, today I figured we'd do another dash cam installation and review video, this time on the IROAD X9 from BlackBoxYourCar.com. And afterwards, or sometime during, we're going to also install some new 5.0 badges from American Brother Designs, which have the nice little paint-matched green dot to my brake calipers there that they did for me. Now you can order these in pretty much any color on their website, so that's pretty cool. We'll put these on later. But first up, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the dash cam, talk about why you'd want a dash cam and all the advantages of having one, and then I'll go over how to set it up and the video quality, of course, and maybe we'll catch some people doing some stupid stuff on the roads. Now before we go any further, I figured I would tell you guys some of the advantages of having a dash cam installed on your car. Now this is something that I recommend pretty much everybody to do. I think everybody should have dash cams on their cars, whether it be for insurance reasons if you get in an accident or you see somebody else get into an accident. You never know, you might catch the next viral video on your dash cam. Maybe something crazy happens, maybe a meteor or meteoroid slams into the freeway in front of you. I mean, you never know what could happen, but it's just really good peace of mind having one of these installed on your car to protect your baby over there, whether it be in a parking lot against people, you know, bumping into you or keying your car, vandalism, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, you know, nobody hopes to go through a situation like that, but such is life. Now, as I said earlier, this one is from BlackBoxMyCar.com. Now, I've been working with BlackBoxMyCar.com for probably over 2 years now. I've had their dash cams on my Scat Pack, Camaro, Hellcat, and now here with the Mustang. But they're a super great website, very friendly people, very helpful people. If you have questions about dash cams, they sell a whole bunch of them on their website, and you can use the discount code RPPRODUCTION to save $25 off your order of $250 or more. So save yourself 25 bucks on one of these or any other dash cam that they sell. However, today we're gonna focus on this one, but like I said, they have a lot of good ones to choose from. I've been able to catch some pretty wild things on dash cam videos in the past, so I expect this to probably end up being the same way. Hopefully I'm not involved in any of them. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and unbox this thing and get it set up in the Mustang and see how it films. All right, so let's jump into this unboxing and check it out. So here we are. When you open the box, you're greeted to the forward-facing dash cam, the rear-facing dash cam, and you got an SD card. Of course, little quick start guide. But here is the actual dash cam. So as you can see, it's a pretty sleek design. It's super lightweight. One of the things I like about this dash cam, as opposed to some other ones, is that the sensor here on the camera is actually made by Sony, which, if you know anything about cameras, Sony is known for having some incredible low light capabilities, which I'm really excited for. So the nighttime footage should be really good, but I mean, pretty much any top of the line modern dash cam has all the features that this one should. You know, GPS, monitor your speed, stuff like that, and just overall great video quality. And of course, dash cams have a pretty hard life. You know, they sit just on your windshield, they get baked in the sun, so they gotta be able to withstand the high heat, and this one is a high heat tolerant model. So pretty exciting to unbox this guy. And then of course, here's the rear dash cam, which you know, just kind of, you can pivot it, and same with that that one right there. But pretty cool. You got both of those little guys, and then of course your SD card, can't forget that. And then I assume there's probably some other goodies in this side box right here. We'll go ahead and throw that box out of the way, and then this should just have basically all your cables. And yeah, so we got 1 cable, 2 cables, and 3 cables. So I have to figure out, you know, how I'm going to wire this thing to the car, and we'll go from there. All right, so just to give you guys kind of a quick overview of what I have been doing for the last 20 minutes is, there we are with the dash cam installed. Now, the reason I placed it right there, kind of on those little dots, I don't know what the dots are for, quite honestly, but it is because I have windshield tint on this car. Now, this little area where the dots are does not have windshield tint. I don't know if you can really see, but it kind of follows that line. And so I didn't want to put the dash cam on the window tint. Then if for whatever reason I had to peel it off or whatever, then it would probably mess up the windshield tint, but not totally sure. Just didn't really want to take the risk on the windshield since that is such a big block of double-sided 3M tape. So put it right there and it fits just fine. And then if you put the mirror, you know, where it's supposed to go, that's kind of how it looks. Really doesn't bother you too much. So as you will notice, there are several wires coming out of this. Now this one right here is for the GPS, which I think I am actually not going to use on this one. The GPS feature basically would, you know, overlay your speed on the videos. And the reason I'm not going to use it on this one is because it's this very long cable, and I've had some dash cams where the GPS is actually built in. This one's kind of an external thing, and I just don't want to deal with this extra cable. And honestly, it doesn't really matter to me how fast I'm going in my clips. I can kind of, you know, memorize that, and it's just not really a feature I really need. So I probably will take that one out, but I did want to test it out just to see kind of how it is. And then the middle one, this is for the rear dash cam, which as you can see is sitting right here in the passenger seat. Just wanted to make sure everything worked, which it all does, but very long cable that I'll have to run and tuck away. And then of course the rear cable, or the rear dash cam, will be back there in the center. And then of course the last cable up here is for the power to the actual dash cam. Now the dash cam itself, very simple. You got your micro SD card that goes right in this little slot over here, and then two buttons. You have a power button, which is on the far right, and then another, it's like a mode button basically. It's what you would do to like establish the Wi-Fi connection and stuff like that. But really just two buttons and a couple cords and a micro SD card. Very, very simple design. And then of course you have the camera lens. But this cable right here basically goes along the headliner. It depends on your car, obviously, how you want to do it. Originally, I did it like this, but I'm going to actually tuck it under this piece right here, and just kind of follows along the door. And then I have it where it kind of snakes under here, snakes underneath the floor mat. Long story short, it ends up right in here. I'll get that out of the way, but there you go. That's what it looks like. You don't see it. And then, as I said, I do have windshield tint on this car, so it's pretty hard to see in as it is. But yeah, you can't see it in there really at all, which is kind of cool. But if you want to zoom up, I'll show you guys what it looks like. There it is right there. It looks like it has some kind of white light on the front of it. And for those wondering, my windshield tint is 70%, which is the legal limit here in Texas. So it's really not that dark, but that's kind of what it looks like. You really can't see it too much. And then my back window tint is limo tint, which is 5%. So it's pretty dark back there. And I'm sure the rear camera is not going to be as good of quality just because it is such a dark tint. But that's pretty much how it all goes. I'm gonna go ahead and plug up the rear one, and then I'll give you guys some driving video and clips. All right, so just to show you guys the app overview, so here you go. You got the big option here to hit live view, which will show you the live view. Wow, shocking, right? And so that is the front. Then here is the, well, my trunk's open, but that's the rear. You guys will see more here when the video is actually like recording stuff. And then you can also use this guideline, which I don't really know why you would need it, but yeah, you could like center your camera or do whatever you wanted. But yeah, there's the live view. So then once you get out of that screen, you can go down here to the settings, and from settings you can mess with all the different resolutions of how you want to record. You can mess with the central time zone or whatever time zone you're in. You can turn the audio off or on. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can film in here. You can have the parking mode, the parking mode sensitivity. If your car gets hit, you want it to detect it on high sensitivity, low sensitivity, a whole bunch of things you can play with in here. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm actually going to turn the security LED off. You can have high temperature shutdown. If the dash cam gets too hot, it'll automatically shut off. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty. Alright, so before we head out and show off some of the dash cam footage, I did want to go ahead and just quickly install these 5.0 badges on the Mustang. As you can see, the dot on the 5.0 is almost identical, and what's crazy is like they didn't even have a paint code to go off of. I just kind of told them, well, it's a lime green, and I would say they did a pretty good job. So maybe give or take, that's what it will look like, and yeah, should look pretty good. So I'm going to quickly put these things on and show you guys what they look like. And boom, just like that, the badges are on. I think that looks super cool. Just a nice little touch. And once again, if you are interested in getting some 5.0 badges or any other badges for your vehicle, I know that American Brother Designs also sells stuff for Challengers and Chargers, such as Hellcat stuff, etc. Definitely check out the American Brother Designs website. You can customize different colors and all kinds of different things. So a huge shout out to them for sending those badges to me. Now back to our regularly scheduled dash cam review. And now for the important part of this video. How does this dash cam record? Well, as you can see in the video, it's pretty darn good. The colors come out fairly well. The angle is a very wide angle, so you can see a lot of what's going on to the left and right of the car. You can see what's going on. You can read street signs and stuff like that. So really, there's no complaints with the forward dash cam. It's pretty comparable to any other dash cam in this price range, and kind of honestly reminds me of like a GoPro. Now, as for the rear dash cam, definitely not as good of quality as the forward-facing dash cam, but you have to also understand that the window tint back there is very dark. So for it to be, you know, still pretty bright out, and this was like taken in the evening, it's really not too bad. You can definitely make out, you know, if a car accident happens or stuff like that, and you can still pretty much get the gist of everything, and the quality is really not that bad.
Alright, so here is the audio straight off of the IROAD X9. So obviously I don't know how it sounds, but you can judge for yourself. I'll give you guys a couple little downshifts just because. So there you go, that's what the audio sounds like, and yeah, pretty cool.
Now, clearly the audio is not going to win you any Academy Awards, but it does get the job done if you need to read out a license plate, or if there's audio just that needs to be associated with the video, someone's yelling profanities at you. I mean, who knows? At least it gets the job done. Now, as far as the night footage goes, it's actually really good. So here I am at a gas station. You can easily make out a person in a, you know, pretty well lit area. So that sort of thing, you're covered there. And the same goes for a dark road with vehicles around. You know, you can make out the vehicle. It doesn't just look like a blob. So the quality is actually really impressive on this dash cam for it being a dash cam. This is pretty darn good. Out of all the dash cams that I've seen, I'm very impressed with this one. The rear dash cam at night is honestly pretty terrible, but once again, super dark window tint back there, not a lot of lights to go around. Kind of had low expectations going into this one, but I mean, it does get the job done if you need to see a car or something, and it actually films pretty good if it's a well-lit area. But as I said, this is a dark area, just a dark road with some cars around. Doesn't do the best at night. So there you have it, guys, the iRoad X9 from BlackBoxMyCar.com. Now, I've reviewed a lot of dash cams in the past, and this one definitely ranks up there with one of the best ones that I have ever personally used and that I have seen, you know, clips of on YouTube and stuff like that. Now, I've been using this dash cam for several days now, and I really don't have any complaints. The SD card that is in it right now is a 32 gigabyte SD card, and it films about 4 hours of footage. That's front and rear. So if you just wanted to use a front camera, then that would probably be good for about 8 hours of footage. But collectively it's about 4 for each one. And as I said, that's with a 32 gigabyte card, so that's really not that big in terms of SD card sizes, so you could go up from there if you choose. And then as far as getting the files out from the dash cam onto your computer or your phone or whatever, you can actually get them on your phone through the app. You can basically just go in there and pick what clip you want. It breaks it into like 40 or 45 second clips, and you can save it to your phone or plug the micro SD card into your computer with the SD card adapter thing, and then you will download like this little viewer thing that it'll give you the instructions. But basically you download that on your computer and then you can have it on your computer. Now, once again, I wanted to give a huge shout out to BlackBoxMyCar.com for providing me with this dash cam to review for you guys, as well as providing you guys with a discount code, which is RPPRODUCTION, to save $25 off your order of $250 or more. That discount code used to be good for $15 off, and now they raised it to $25 off, so that was pretty nice of them. And once again, definitely check out their inventory. They have a bunch to choose from. Maybe there was something on this dash cam that you were like, I don't know if I like it, and you want to look at some other ones, or maybe this dash cam you're like, hey, that looks perfect, I want one. Definitely go check them out. I will leave links and stuff in the description and probably post one in the top comment. But that is pretty much it for today's video, you guys. So I will see you guys later this week with a fun video I have planned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Take it easy, guys. Sick.